Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. It's your boy, Jim Hacking. I hope you all are doing well. Today is the 17th of October. I'm here with my good friend, Huli. This is episode
Hi.
264 of the Immigration Answer Show. Huli, how are you?
Great, great. Came back with good energies. So we're
Tell
starting
everybody,
the
tell
week.
everybody about your trip.
Well, I had a vacation and went to the Patagonia in Argentina. So I traveled for a whole week and we went hiking. So we hiked like around 50 kilometers the whole week. So it was amazing. It was fun. It was relaxing. It was great. It was
Are you
great.
are you sore?
Yeah. I touch my hair and it hurts.
Oh wow, yeah, I bet. I bet. Were they high elevations that you were hiking?
Yeah, the highest one it was 800. Well, actually the mountain was 3,000 feet above the sea
Mm,
base. But we couldn't reach that part because it was 2 days before it snow. So we wait for a couple of days to see if the snow will come down. And instead of that, it made ice. So we couldn't go
mm,
through.
mm,
I was only 1 hour away from it to see the beautiful view I was expecting to see.
mm.
But they said, go back because if you go through, you can get hurt. And actually, the next day, they inform us that a girl didn't listen to the forest persons in charge and went through and she fell and broke her knee.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'm glad
thank
you made it
God.
back. I'm glad you made it back safely. I'm glad your batteries are recharged. Welcome back and thanks for being here.
No, thank you guys. And I missed you. I miss everyone on the show. I miss having control and use my you're on mute button. So
Yeah.
I'm missing to use that one.
Well, I'm sure you'll have a chance today to do it. Yeah, you do look relaxed. Sandra says that Huli looks relaxed, and she does. So I agree. All right, Huli, thanks for coming. Good seeing you. All right, like I said, this is episode number 263, 4 of the Immigration Answer. So see, Huli's got all the comments going. She's got everything going for me. If you haven't already, go ahead and let us know where you're watching from. We did shows all 5 days last week. Huli, we had some crazy calls. I don't know if Skyla told you. We had a really crazy one at the end of the show on Friday. It was quite the eventful week. But go ahead, everyone. Let us know where you're watching from, what's going on in your neck of the woods. I'm just glad to be here. I'm glad to try to answer your immigration questions. Justin and I shot some new videos this morning, so we'll have some new videos dropping here in the next few days. I did one on having to prove that you are eligible to marry, and the other one was about a lot of bad advice being shared on the internet. So um, it's all good stuff. We're going to go ahead and get the show started. Let's say hi to James. Hi, James.
Hi, Jen.
How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Great. What can I help you with?
I have a couple questions for you. So my first question is, I came to the U.S. 4 years ago with a B2, and I applied for asylum. So I am with immigration judge because we got denied with the asylum officer, and
Mm-hmm.
then in 2020 I met my wife. In 2021, we decided to get married, and then we have one child. And we thought from I-130 and we sent it, and it's been like 15 months. It's been like 15 months, but the lawyer didn't send the form I-45. I was wondering, what is the reason why my lawyer didn't send the form
Because
I-485?
you can't. So there's a concept in immigration law called jurisdiction. Jurisdiction, and the word jurisdiction means who's holding James's file, right? So your file can only be in one place. It can
Okay,
either be at USCIS or it can be at the immigration court, right? And so your main file is at the immigration court,
okay,
and which means USCIS can't approve your 485. So if I were your lawyer, I would be doing what your lawyer did, and that is I would file the I-130 petition and I would get that approved. And then once that's approved, then your lawyer has to go to the immigration court and say, hey, we know that James got sent to deportation because his asylum case got refused, and that he was going to raise asylum as a defense in deportation. But in the interim, he got married to a U.S. citizen. And guess what? USCIS has already agreed that it's a valid marriage. So, dear judge, why don't you go ahead and terminate these deportation proceedings, end these deportation proceedings, so that James and his spouse and I can go back to USCIS, file an I-485, and get him his green card over there. You'll be done, Judge. There'll be one less case on your docket, and James will be able to go over and get a green card faster from USCIS. Everybody wins. So what do you say? And these days under Biden, they'll say yes.
Oh, okay. I will appreciate
that's why your lawyer didn't file the 45, because we had someone on the other day who they did, and what happened is they just administratively closed it. So they could deny it, but they administratively closed it, which means then he's got to go back. Either way, you got to go to the judge. So you might as well. Your lawyer's doing it the right way, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, okay. Because yeah, like I said, it's been like 15 months, and then I supposed to go to an interview in October with before the judge. So the judge told her that I don't have to come to the interview, just give him an update about the I-130. So
well, hold on. So there's no interview with the judge. There's a hearing with the judge, and there's two kinds of hearings. There's what's called a master calendar hearing and an individual hearing. What is your hearing in October or in November?
I think he was like the last hearing.
Yeah. And do you have has a lawyer entered? Is a lawyer representing you in the deportation court?
Yes. So before I didn't have one, so the judge gave me some time to find a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
So and then when I have the lawyer, and then we got married.
Is it the same lawyer that filed the I-130?
Yes.
And if you have an I-130 interview, where will it be? What city is your field office?
So I'm in Connecticut right now. You should be in Hartford. I live in Hartford.
Yeah, so that's not a very particularly busy office, so you should have your interview pretty soon.
Yeah, because it's been like 15 months, and then my lawyer told me 80% of the case took like 12 months.
Yeah.
And
have they sent you any requests for evidence or anything?
No.
Yeah. So you're probably getting pretty close.
Okay, because one thing I was tracking it to online, and then it changed. It's been actively been reviewed by USCIS, and then it's been like 15 months, and then I was expecting to say, oh, we sent you a letter in the mail, tell you you have an interview, but it changed. I mean, in September, it says the same thing. It's just started a new day. Right now, it's like 28 days. The case has been reviewed. I don't know if they made a mistake.
Yeah, that's all bullshit, though. None of that stuff means anything.
Oh, okay.
You can't live and die on those updates because they don't mean anything. All right, James, I'm gonna let you go, bud.
All right, thank you.
See you, bud. Have a good day. All right, let's say hi to Chris. Hi, Chris.
There you go. All right, I'm on my mic. Hi, how are you?
Oh, Julio was hoping to get to tell you that you were on mute, but that's okay. How are you doing, Chris?
Pretty good. So I have a couple of questions. So my green card was granted through an immigration judge because of a VAWA case, but I had asylum with the immigration judge as well. So my question is, because I won my VAWA case with the judge and everything, would I be able to go back to my country?
No. Why do you want to go back to your country? You swore to the government that if you went back to your country, you're going to be tortured or persecuted. Why do you want to go back now?
I just wanted to visit my family. It's been over 10 years almost that I haven't seen them.
But you swore under oath that you'd be tortured or killed if you went back. Now you have your green card. You go back, they're going to say, you're a lying bastard. Give us back that green card.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because like this situation has changed drastically
Tell
with the
me,
new president and everything. Like
what country is it?
El Salvador.
What is it?
El Salvador.
Oh, El Salvador. Okay. So would an objective person think that things have changed, or is that just what you sort of want to say to see if it's okay to go back?
Well, the murder rate has dropped considerably, and all gang-related issues have gone down since the new government. So I've been seeing that, and I was like kind of hesitant to going back and everything. But like, what I'm seeing is like a huge change in the direction of the country. So
So then the question is, do you want to be in a position where you have to make that argument? In other words, of course, the safest thing is to wait until you get your citizenship. But if you don't want to do that, then do you want to? If they were to sort of get upset and come after your green card, do you want to be trying to defend yourself? Do you feel confident that you'd be able to prove that the conditions in El Salvador changed so that it was safe for you to go back? If so, then it might be worth going. But if not, you might want to wait till you get your citizenship.
Okay, and how do you prove that if in any case I decided to go there?
you would need like experts, you would need a lawyer, you would need country conditions, you would need to there are experts on El Salvador for purposes of asylum and those kinds of, and you'd need them to swear and sign off that it was safe for you to go now in 2022, but it wasn't safe for you to go when you filed for asylum. You'd basically, it'd be like proving an asylum case, but in reverse.
Okay, so it's gonna be really complicated. So it's better.
It wouldn't be fun.
Mm-hmm. So it's better to just wait it out.
How long have you had your green card?
I recently got it, actually.
Yeah, so it's 5 years. So that's what you have to weigh. Do you really want to be having that fight? Do you really feel like your argument is 100% winner? And the other part, Chris, sorry to interrupt. The other part that you have to weigh is like, are they really going to come after your green card? I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's like, what are the benefits and the downsides of going back? Also, another question, because it was like a VAWA case. Is not 3 years for citizenship?
Oh, right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. So yeah, just gotta wait 3 years, pretty much.
Yeah.
3 more years. Okay.
All right, Chris. Good luck. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you so much.
All right, we'll see you later. All right, next up, Vladimir. Hi, Vladimir.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Thanks. Pretty good. I can say. So I have a pretty desperate situation. So in 2016, I came to the United States on B2 visa, and my stamp in the passport was till end of the January 26. So 20 days prior my visa expired, like lawful presence expired, I filed 589 for asylum.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since I'm on asylum pending. I never got the interview and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But here's more to this story. So in 2020, on November, we filed, me and my girlfriend, we applied for DV lottery green card. And in a month after that, I got married with my girlfriend. And on May, she won the DV lottery. So we went through all this process. We hired a lawyer, went through everything. We got our interview, the UCIS, on, I believe it was end of the February, and they denied our DV lottery. Says that based on that I wasn't in the status in the country. But my lawyer said that under the 8 USC 1250 paragraph 1255, I am eligible to have a green card, like apply for the green card and have it. So, and for some reason, like USCIS trying to argue and saying that they cannot do it since I wasn't in any lawful status.
Your attorney is right, and USCIS is wrong.
Yes. So the problem is, it was fiscal year till September 30. We filed a lawsuit against USCIS on July 1st, but well, there's no surprise that USCIS tried to prolong this process as much as possible till the end of the September. They answered on September 13th, I believe, that like again with all this whatever they like wrote, like well, they couldn't clearly explain why they denied, but they saying all the time they were trying to say that you weren't in a status, we're not gonna give you green card. And when it came to the end of the September, they tried to file the motion to dismiss since like it's end of the fiscal year. And my attorney wrote the motion to like the judgment summary or something like that. I don't recall.
Motion for summary judgment saying that you should win.
Yes, and like we haven't had any response from like judge yet. So what are the chances I'm gonna get?
I think the chances that you're going to get your green card are pretty small, but it's certainly worth fighting over.
Yes, but like the question is there any like legal actions, like, you know, like can I do something after the fiscal year has ended?
I don't know. That's a question right now as to whether or not the judge can preserve that that time for you or not. So that's an open legal question, which I don't know the answer to. But
yeah,
I think you have arguments, but the problem is they have the keys. So you have arguments, but they have the keys.
So okay, another question: can I sue some of like from USCIS for giving us like faulty judgment or something like that? You know, because they should know the law, they didn't follow it, and they denied our application based on, well, you know, like hearsay or whatever it's called.
No, it's not hearsay. No, not hearsay, but a mistake of the law. I think you've already sued them for that. So that's sort of what's going on right now. I don't think there's other legal things you can do. I think you've done everything you can do. So where's your case pending?
Well, I initially filed it in New York. And
no, the lawsuit. Where's the lawsuit pending?
Oh, lawsuit in Dallas.
Okay. And who's the judge? Do you know who the judge is? Did you look him up? Did you see which president?
Yeah, I looked her
appointed them? Huh?
Yeah, I looked her up.
Who appointed her?
Oh, Trump.
Yeah, so you're fucked.
Yeah, I know. I sort of felt that way.
Yeah. Well, but I think you've done just about everything you can do, Vladimir.
So basically at that point we're just waiting, and if nothing like goes in our favor, we just try again. And
you still have your asylum case.
Well, yeah, this is like my like primary probably case if they deny my DV lottery. Right, so that point, basically all I wait is just for judge to tell us whatever she thinks she wants to say, and from there.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, buddy. Good luck.
Thank you.
Bye, Vladimir. You got it. All right, let's say hi to Sophia. Sophia, how are you?
Hi, Mr. Teo. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. So I'm going to read this question as is, and we'll take it from there. So my friend who's a U.S. citizen, he wants to know if he sponsor his brother from back home in a country called Guyana, and his mom become a U.S. citizen, can she uplift their petition, or does she need to file a whole new petition?
So right now, nothing's on file?
Nothing is on file. He hasn't sponsored his brother yet from a country called Guyana, and he hasn't sponsored mom yet.
How old is the brother?
They're all above 21.
Okay, so and what is mom's immigration status?
She's not in the country as yet. He hasn't done her I-1. What is it called?
I-130.
I-130 yet.
I don't understand the overall question. If he files one, that's his case. If she files a new case, that's a new case. He can't shift his case to her. No.
Oh, so basically what he's saying, when mom becomes a citizen, eventually when he gets her here and she becomes a citizen, she can't uplift the petition he filed for his brother. He basically have to file a new one.
Well, she could file.
She basically have to file a new I-130 for her son.
Is the brother married?
No.
So she could file when she has her green card. She doesn't have to wait till she gets her citizenship.
Okay, and also he said, and if my brother overstays in NYC, can he still sponsor him?
No.
Okay, And is there such thing as a brother and sister sponsorship still? And how long does it take?
Yeah, there is, but it's like 15 years, 20 years,
15, 20 years. And when mom sponsor a kid, how long does it take?
9 or 10, I think.
9 or 10. Okay. Thank you so much. That was all my question. You guys have a good day, Mr. Tio, and thank you.
Bye, Sophia. Thanks. Sophia's calling me Tio. That makes me happy. I like being called Tio. I don't know why. And Juli, you weren't here last week, but I said my 2 big dreams in life are to be called Tio and to be invited to a quinceanera. So those are my. If I pull those 2 things off, I will feel like I've reached the promised land. Let's say hi to Nicholas. Hi, Nicholas. Get him, Juli.
Okay.
He got it in under the wire. How you doing, Nicholas?
Sorry about that, Jim. How you doing?
No worries. I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. You're my attorney on file. So.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
For a lawsuit or what?
No. I have a pending I-360.
Okay.
Yeah. So they challenging. Originally, I'm from Nigeria, so they challenging my divorce. So my. Katerina, we've been able to put in some evidences and sent back, because actually they sent me a notice of intent to deny. So yeah, we had to go back to Nigeria, get the documents from the court and everything, and we
good.
Back to
that's the only way you win that. So that's good. That's what you did. And Katerina's a good lawyer. So what can I help you with?
Yeah. So my question now is: I have a pending I-360, and it's been pending since 2018. So. Look, is it possible can I get married while that I-360 is still pending?
Well, you can always get married. How did you enter the United States?
B1, B2.
And so now you're talking about marrying a U.S. citizen?
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. I actually married a U.S. citizen before, and that's why this whole I-360 came about. So, but I've divorced her already because I couldn't keep up with all the violence and all of that. So I divorced her.
Well, so a couple of thoughts. One is, right now USCIS is on high alert for marriage-based cases from Nigeria, and they think that I believe that USCIS thinks that there's somebody out on the internet telling Nigerian men, here's how you come to the United States: get a visit visa because you're married, then get divorced, then come to the United States, marry a U.S. citizen, and then if you don't like her after a while, just file for VAWA. And then get your green card that way. Like almost like there's a playbook or somebody is selling this as a service on the internet. So this is something like they're seeing over and over and over and over. So then you have to ask yourself, well, if I go ahead and get married again, am I just sort of even drawing more attention to myself by not sticking with the application I already have on file, but now filing a new one?
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
So I'm not saying no 100%, but I think like if I came up with a list of things that are high on the list of USCIS right now, Nigerian men, fake divorce decrees, VAWA, and multiple wife green card cases is probably number 1 or number 2.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay.
So like there's already a big target on your back. I don't know why you'd want to make it the target bigger.
Bigger. Okay. All right. Look, it's just I don't know much. I just want to.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
All right, that's all I have, man.
Thank you, Nicholas. Have a good day.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, buddy. All right. Let's see if James is there. James, are you there?
Oh, I think you got
we already had James. See James. All right. Next up, Ali. Hi, Ali. You're on mute.
Oh, thanks for having me. Sorry. So I have a question about my wife. She came on B1, B2 visa, and in 2016, she filed her asylum the same year. Within 6 months, got initial application approved. So now her status is asylum pending interview or to appear in front of the judge. That's her status right now. Now,
wait, hold on. So she applied for asylum and she had her interview and it got rejected and she got referred to the...
She's just pending, no interview yet.
Okay, so, well, you said immigration judge. So there's 2 different things. There's the asylum office, which is where you go first. And then if you get denied, then you go to the immigration judge. So she's still at the asylum office.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So nothing is done. She's still pending, waiting for her interview to come.
Okay.
And so my status is I came on H-1B 4 years ago, and now my employer is filing green card. So my question is, and my perm is approved, and next week I'm filing 485. So the question is, should I add my wife to my 485? That's
you mean should your wife file her own 485 attached to your I-140?
Yeah. Or should I go ahead?
You can't add her to your 485. 485s are for one person only.
Because my attorney is saying that the husband and wife should file the green card application together.
Generally, that's true. Yeah. So the question is whether she's in valid status for purposes of adjusting. When did she enter the United States?
2016.
I know when. Like what month?
January.
And when did she apply for asylum?
I think March, the same year in March.
So like 2 months later.
Yeah, 2-3 months later.
Okay. So here's my current understanding of where this is. The law says that if you are in valid status when you apply for asylum, and if your asylum case takes forever through no fault of your own, and then later on you try to adjust status out of that pending asylum place that you are and into a green card, my understanding is that the law says that she can do that. Some USCIS offices know that she can do that. Some USCIS offices don't know that she can do that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So in my book, I would go ahead and apply for a green card for her.
Okay,
but you're going to need to, you and your attorney, you're going to need to brief why they can do this. They won't know. They might not know that they can do this.
Yeah, one of my attorney is saying that he can do this, so that's why he's pushing.
She can, but they're idiots and they don't always know the law.
Oh, I see.
But you have the winning. My understanding is you have the winning argument.
Okay. Yeah. Does it affect my application if I my case is straightforward? Seems like H-1B and okay.
Yeah, I think you're okay.
All right, great. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ali. See you, buddy. Good luck. All right. This is the place where people come for second opinions. Let's say hi to Tati. Hi, Tati.
Hi, Jim. Thanks for letting me in. I have a question about my mom. So my mom, she came to the United States a few months ago as a refugee from Ukraine.
Yeah.
I'm a U.S. citizen, and I'm thinking of adjusting her status, like reuniting with her so she can get her green card.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I was reading on the USCIS website that you need to live minimum 6 months in the U.S. in order to maintain your permanent resident status. Now, my mom, she has her old mother back in Ukraine that she needs to go back and take care of. So it's possible that she may not spend 6 months per year in the United States. It may be like 2 or 3 months. Now, my question is she going to lose her status in this case if she doesn't spend 6 months in the US? And is there a way to maintain her status while she's out?
Perfect. Okay, so I have a couple of videos on this. You might check them out, but let's walk through it. So let's say that you apply for a green card for mom, and let's say she gets it. Let's say she gets it on January 1st, 2024. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's two things you need to keep in mind for mom when she gets her green card. One is, how do we make sure that she doesn't lose her green card? And the other one is, how, if she ever wanted to become a citizen, could we set her up for success on that? Okay, so let's talk. So I always say that it's like operating on two tracks of a train for a train. Okay, so let's talk about keeping her green card. For just keeping the green card, it's not that she has to stay here for 6 months. It's that she can't have any trips outside the United States for more than 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
So she gets it in January. She could leave, say, February 1st, then be gone for 5.5 months. Then come back for 2 weeks or a month, then go back for 5.5 months, 2 weeks, 5.5 months. So it'd be sort of nice. Probably she could just come visit you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that part's not bad. Now, if she ever wants to apply for citizenship, she has to show that she's been in the United States for half the amount of time before she applies. So she'd have to wait 5 years from her green card. And on the day she files, they would say, well, has she lived in the United States for 2 years, 6 months, and 1 day? So those are the two different things. So she could be gone for 5.5 months. If she needs to be gone longer than that after she gets the green card, you could apply for this thing called a reentry permit, which would allow her to get the green card on January 1st, 2024, apply for the reentry permit, which will take about 3 months or so, 4 months for her to get fingerprinted. Then she could go back and she can hang out for 2 years without coming back at all, if that's better for her, right? So that you can do everything you want to do. You just got to do things in the right order and fill in the right paperwork.
Okay, so this re-entry permit allows her to be outside of the United States for 2 years, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
But if she cares about citizenship, that the total amount of her staying in the United States should be minimum 5 years.
Half of 5 years. So yeah, she won't be able to apply for citizenship for 5 years from the start date on her green card. And so she'll have to, and things might change. So like if she does get a reentry permit, that keeps her green card, but it sort of stops her clock for citizenship. So her day to be able to apply might change. But those are the general considerations. How do I keep my green card? How do I set myself up for citizenship? If she doesn't care about citizenship, then it's just about keeping the green card and getting her reentry permit so she can go take care of her mom for up to 2 years, then come back and get a new reentry permit and then go back if she has to.
Is there a limit how many times you can apply for that reentry permit?
They say there is, but I haven't seen it.
Okay.
Like it's not a hard and fast rule.
And one last question. If I apply for her green card right now, do you know like how long it takes her to get the green card? What is the time limit?
Well, I picked January 2024 for a reason because I think that's about when it might be. But if you applied now, and where do you live?
St. Louis.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so she may be faster then, and she could apply for a travel document while her green card case is pending. So if she needs to go see mom sooner, then she could do that sooner. Once she gets the reentry permit, once she gets the travel document, which could take about 6 months or so.
6 months to get that travel document?
Okay.
Yeah. And
you'd file, she'd get fingerprinted, and then it'd be like 3 or 4 months before she got the travel document.
Gotcha. And how long does this travel document allow her to be out of the United States while her?
Well, I wouldn't want her to be gone too long, just because she might get her green card interview while that case. So I would say at the most go out for a month or 6 weeks or something.
Okay.
Until she gets her green card, then she can go.
Gotcha. Okay. I appreciate all your answers. Thank you so much, Jim.
Have a great day.
You too.
Bye. All right. Let's ahead of Parth.
Hey,
Parth.
Jim. Can you hear me?
I got you.
Okay. So I had a question. So me and my girlfriend, we have been together for 6 months now, and we know each other for 2 years because we were in the same university, same major, same classes. And I'm on a F1 visa, and I'm doing my CPA right now. My OPT is gonna start December, going to next December. So I have a year worth of OPT. I unfortunately don't have STEM extension. So I was wondering, like, what should be the timeline for, like, say, wedding and kind of applying for green card and stuff like that?
So if you graduate in December and then you're on your OPT until the next year, then, and if the question is, how do I make sure that I can keep working all along, then I would get married like in February or March and then file in April. Okay. So that hopefully you get your work card before the end of December when your OPT work card expires.
Okay. Awesome. And so would that, okay, so that would be like a right time. So it would take around like 5 to 6 months for the EAD card to come in.
It might come faster, but in order to be safe, we'd want to give them that 5 or 6 months. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And Yeah, well, that was one of the major questions, and the other question was, say, if I were to go, I know, apply for advanced parole, because say if I was not to get the card then and kind of have to go back to my country and come back, would that cause any issue with the application and stuff like that?
You're asking if you apply for advanced parole after you get married and apply for your green card, if that would affect what? I don't understand.
Like, say if I go back to my country, because, like, say the EAD didn't come in and my OPT kind of was already exhausted and my visa is done. If I go back and come,
Well, but you wouldn't, if you're married to she's a U.S. citizen.
Yes.
If you're married to a U.S. citizen, you can stay for as long as the case is pending. Even if your OPT ran out, you don't have to leave, because you're in a new status now. You're not in the F1 anymore. You're in a adjustment of status applicant, so you don't have to leave.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's one of the great things about marrying a U.S. citizen is that you can hang out for as long as it takes.
Awesome. Thank you. Those were all the questions. Sorry, I joined last time and I kind of was muted. So.
Oh, no worries. Thanks, Parth. Have a good day.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good day, Jim.
Bye, buddy. Let's say hi to Steven. Hi, Steven.
Hey, Jim. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Good. I had spoke to you about a year ago. I had filed a K-1 request in May 21st, 21, for an Indian resident to come to America. I'm a U.S. citizen, and I believe they're right now at 13 months. So they're way past the timeline. I filed multiple inquiries. They said they'll have somebody call me back. No one ever called me back. And then I expedited the case a week ago, and I got an email. It was just basically blank, and it had a couple links at the bottom, and I called USCIS. They said that they are adjudicating your case, and you'll get a response within 45 days. But that's the same thing they told me 2 prior times.
Mm-hmm. So the case has been pending for 17 months.
Yes.
If you had a guess, is there anything about the case that you're worried about that might make them delay it?
No.
Have either of you been married before?
No.
And what country is your fiance in?
India.
And no big age gap or anything?
10 years.
Are you older?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's not a big deal. Have you had any kind of criminal history?
No.
Yeah, man, you should sue them.
I should sue them, right?
Yeah, they won't fight on this one. If you sue them, I don't think. If you sue USCIS on this one, do you know where your case is pending?
That's the thing. So on the online tool, I keep calling, and it says the same thing. Your document was returned on July 15th.
What's that about?
It was a wrong address. They corrected it, but they said their website doesn't update.
Okay.
Okay, so I've been seeing this message for almost 17 months now, and every time I call them, I get no answers at all.
When you filed in May of 21, when was the last time before that you had seen your fiance?
I just saw her. We had an engagement ceremony, and since then I have flown twice back to India, once to Dubai with her.
Yeah,
and
so
quite expensive.
But as far as the last time the USCIS told you any service center, do you know what service center they said?
It's in California.
Okay. Yeah, so USCIS, when we sue them on these overseas cases, like 17 months on an overseas case where, we're going to sue them and then it goes to the State Department, they don't fight us on these at all. So I think if you sue them, you'll get a decision on the K-1 in about 6 to 8 weeks, something like that.
Okay. Now, can I sue them plus court costs or no?
No, you got to pay me and you got to pay the court costs. You don't get that money back.
Okay. And that's about $5,000?
$5,000, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Thanks, Steven.
And then after we sue them, it'll be about 6 weeks?
I think 6 to 8 weeks, something like that. Yep.
Okay, and doesn't matter. So even though they said my case is expedited, is it truly expedited, or how would I know if it's expedited?
It's all BS. They don't expedite jack squat. They say they might say they're going to expedite it, but even when they say that, they don't do it. So I don't put much stock in that at all.
So just waiting another 45 days could just be waiting another 45 days, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Do you trust them?
No, not in the least bit.
Yep. All right, buddy.
All right. Thank you.
Bye, Steven.
Bye-bye.
All right. Let's say hi to Tara. Hi, Tara.
Hey, Jim. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure. How you doing?
I'm good. We are actually in the process of suing the consulate in Montreal with you guys.
Yep.
Anyways, our police certificates expired, or they're over a year old. They have a different address on them than where we currently live. Still the same country, same province.
Mm-hmm.
Is it going to be a problem? Should I be getting new police certificates? I just don't want them to have any sort of reason to give me a 221G or anything like that.
Well, you're definitely going to need a new medical. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I mean, a new police certificate. If they're more than a year old, for sure you should. So
Okay.
yeah, I'd get working on that. The address part isn't a big deal.
Okay. Because I've heard that they were good for 2 years. So that's why we were.
It's 6 months.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. I will get working on that. I tried to email the embassy and they just told me to pound sand.
That was easy.
So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much.
Right. Okay. Thanks, Tara. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Oops. Hold on. I'm having some technical difficulties. All right. Bye, Tara. All right. Let's say hi to Albert. Hi, Albert.
Hi, Jim. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure. How you doing?
Good, good. I have a question about my mom.
Okay.
She got a green card and she entered September 15th, about a month ago, but she has not yet received her green card, physical green card, even though we paid in August.
You paid the Ellis fee and all that stuff?
Yes, yes.
Did she give him that envelope when she came through customs?
She didn't have envelope because NVC was electronic on the website.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it takes 2 months or even longer. Have you moved or anything?
No, the same address. She lives with my sister and in Connecticut. And but she did receive her social security card though.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. I think if another month goes by, I'd start worrying, but until then I wouldn't worry.
Okay. And is she eligible to start working now, or shall she wait for her physical card to arrive?
Technically, yes, but most employers won't understand that. So she could try, but it's all whether or not the employer is going to allow her to.
Okay, got it. And also, can she travel if she haven't? No.
She should. I would say don't travel till she gets the green card. I actually think travel before you receive the green card actually slows down you receiving the green card. I don't know that for sure. That's just some crazy theory in my head.
Okay, got it. And in terms of health insurance, what is permitted for her in terms of public charge rule?
Well, she has her green card, so she doesn't have to worry about public charge. She'll be fine there. But the question is, I assume you signed the affidavit of support. So if she gets public benefits, in theory, they could come after you for that. Now she's not getting in trouble, but you could.
Yeah, in order me not to get in trouble, because I will pay for her insurance anyway, right? So which one I should buy?
I don't know about that. You gotta talk to insurance brokers about that. I don't know any of that stuff.
No. I can buy private insurance, but let's say because she's a retired person, right? She doesn't really have a lot of like money. Basically, I'm supporting her, right? But she probably will not be part of my household in terms of IRS filings. She will be independent filer, I guess.
Yeah, that could be. I don't know. That's a tax question.
But in terms of public charge rule, let's say, is Obamacare is considered a public charge or Medicaid? No?
Well, so Medicaid is, I mean, you're combining two different things. She doesn't need to worry about public charge because she already has her green card once she gets it. But I think what you're asking me is, if my mom gets Obamacare or if my mom gets Medicaid, can they come after me for that? And I think the answer to that question is yes.
Okay. Even Obamacare, right?
I think.
Okay.
So it's not that it's public charge, it's that she's getting government benefits that you said you would take care of. That's what I think the problem is.
Okay, and where can I investigate this about the Obamacare?
I don't know.
Okay.
Sorry,
sure.
Albert.
Because when I'm buying on the marketplace, it automatically gives the discount if it's below a certain threshold, if a revenue below a certain threshold.
Yeah, I mean, but let me just tell you one thing, Albert, and you decide your life accordingly. I have been an immigration lawyer now since 2007, so 15 years. In all that time, I've never actually heard of them coming after a son for their mother's Medicaid or Obamacare or any. I haven't even read an article about it. I don't know anybody who it happened to their clients. I've never heard of that happening. So in the real world, I don't know that you need to worry about this.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Yep.
Bye, Albert.
Thank
See you, buddy. Thanks for coming on the show.
Bye. Yeah.
All right. Let's say hi to Daniel. Hi, Daniel.
Hey, Jim. Good afternoon. Hey, so just got a quick question. Me and my fiance have started EB2 from her side and EB3 process from my side via our employers. We're thinking about doing cross-chargeability. So we're going to get married a little earlier than normal so we can be added to the I-140 of whoever gets there first. She's actually further ahead than me on the process, so we're going to probably do it through her petition. I was wondering if your firm reviews applications for this. The reason I ask is because, normally you do it through the law firm of your employer. To give more context, I have DACA. She's H-1B and from China. So, it makes the process a little bit more complicated, I guess. Just want to make sure that go ahead.
The answer to your question is no. We don't review forms and stuff, even when there's an employer law firm involved. Does the employer on your application know that you have DACA?
They do. Do you know I have DACA? So they know that I have to do consular processing. Yeah,
but
they're aware of that. I'm actually going to try to overlap advanced parole with that just to make sure I'm able to come back. I actually did advanced parole earlier this year. The form is pretty easy to fill out, so I'm gonna.
So request. you did DACA advanced parole?
Yes, sir.
And you left and came back?
Yes, sir.
No problem?
Yeah.
They didn't give you any grief?
No, I said welcome home. He just asked me what I was doing in Texas and just said I'm visiting my girlfriend.
Okay, so now, I've done DACA advanced parole for purposes of adjustment through marriage to a U.S. citizen, so that we didn't have to do consular. What's the thought process as to how you're going to adjust out of DACA into an employment-based green card?
So I know a few guys that work at Microsoft and other companies. Actually, another guy at the company I work for, Cisco, they also adjusted the same way I did, just through consular processing. But the reason that this is a little bit more different is because if I'm adjusting through her, we're doing cross-chargeability, so we'd be doing it through her company. The only reason I'm doing it through my company too is just so USCIS doesn't get defensive about us doing an immigration benefit for the both of us. Just so they're like, oh, okay, well, he can already get it himself. So we're gonna I am gonna tell the officer I have an approved I-140, which I should probably have it by the time we get our interview. We just want to get this knocked out as soon as possible.
So did you enter without inspection, or are you visa overstayed?
Without inspection. So I had to get that legal entry through advanced parole.
So what's your current status right now?
Just a DACA recipient. I do have some days that I worked on authorized, but it's under 180 days. It's like 100 days. So that's kind of why I wanted to check with your firm, because when I fill out the DS-260, there's like a few questions there where it's like, iffy. It's complicated.
Right. It's probably more detailed than we can get into on this phone call, but I'm not 100% sure that you can adjust. I'm not 100% sure. I believe you think that you can, and that You say that other people have done it, and I hope that's true. I've never done what you're trying to pull off. It's interesting, but in answer to your overall question, we don't review other people's forms or anything. We don't do that.
What about accompanying people to like for example, because the law firm that I have, I asked them if they would help me do advanced parole just to be safe to come back. They didn't want to do that. They're like, no, we won't do that, but you can do it on your own if you're comfortable. And the other question was, I don't think they actually accompany us to the actual interview. Is it normal for a lawyer to be able to accompany you to the consular processing interview, like online? No, you just go on there on your own.
They won't let you in. They won't let the attorney in. Yeah, they have no interest in talking to us. Good luck, Daniel.
Okay, thank you, Jim.
See you, buddy. All right. Let's talk to Andrew. Hi, Andrew.
Hi, Jim. Thank you for taking my question. I have two quick questions, I think, and they're all about the NVC. So, situation is, I am a U.S. citizen spouse. My wife is the beneficiary, and we've gone through I-130 approved in May, and now we're sitting at the NVC. We've submitted everything the first time, and they came back and asked us for a couple new things related to affidavit of support. So my question is, I have been living in Germany where we both live, and that means all the income I've had, which is over the threshold, the minimum threshold, but it's all been earned in Germany. And will that be counted for my affidavit of support, or do I need to find a co-sponsor, joint sponsor?
Yeah. So first of all, you have filed taxes in America for the last 3 years?
Yes.
And your money has been, so I think what'll happen is they're going to ask for proof that you'll maintain that level of income when you come to the United States. So how are you going to respond to that?
So at the end of this year, on the 31st, my work contract will end here. And on the 1st of next year, my company will start my work contract based in the US.
And do you have like a letter to that effect?
I don't have the contract in my hand yet, but I will have it this week.
Perfect. Okay. So walk me through, when did your case reach the National Visa Center, Andrew?
June of this year, I believe.
June of 2022. And then when did
Correct.
when did they ask you for more information about the affidavit of support?
September 23rd.
And what did they say specifically?
They said they need proof of income. They said W-2s, of course.
Proof of past income.
Correct.
Okay. And then what?
And then I submitted.
That's all they asked for? That's all they asked for?
Well, they also mentioned that domicile could be a problem. So I made sure to get a rental agreement and get our child enrolled in preschool and things of this nature.
Perfect. Okay. So proof of past income and domicile questions for the future.
Yes.
And they didn't say anything about a co-sponsor.
They did say it may be necessary to have a co-sponsor.
Did you make just a little bit over the minimum for your taxes, or were you well above it?
So I made over 80,000 each year in dollars.
So that's well over. That's
the point is, on the tax transcripts, my AGI adjusted gross income is definitely below because of the foreign earned income exclusion.
Yeah.
So that I don't pay taxes on it twice.
So I would start planning on a co-sponsor.
Okay.
I think they're going to ask you for one. You might as well get that stuff taken care of. But yeah, I think you're going to need a co-sponsor. I think I would, if I'd been your lawyer and I got that RFE and the AGI, the adjusted gross income, was below the threshold, then I would have used that opportunity when I sent in the response. I would have included all the joint sponsor stuff.
Okay. And then the second question is, when I submit a document, does that put me back in line? Is it the first document I submit when I resubmit, or the last document that determines my spot in order?
Nobody really knows, but I believe it's the last. Okay. And I think you go back in line.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Andrew. Good luck, buddy.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye. Let's say hi to Ken. Hi, Ken. You're on mute, Ken. Uh-oh. We can't hear you, brother Ken. We'll come back, hopefully. All right. Let's say hi to Isaka. Hi, Isaka. Mm-hmm. Isaka, you with us? I think Isaka took a nap. All right. Let's say hi to Shaniqua. Hi, Shaniqua.
Hey, sorry. That was my husband there. I don't know why he didn't say anything.
Oh, should I get him back on? I can get both of you on.
Yeah. Can you try?
There he is.
There you go. Okay. All right. See. So he has an interview coming up in, I don't know what he's doing. He has an interview coming up in 2 weeks. And I think he's kind of nervous with the questions or how to interact with the immigration officer. So just to figure if you could possibly give him some tips on just kind of like the interaction.
So this is at an embassy?
Yes, embassy, sir.
Which embassy?
Sierra Leone.
Okay. Isaka, can you hear me?
Yes, please.
So I'll just go ahead and sort of pretend I'm the officer. So hi, Mr. Ibrahim. My name is Officer Hacking. I am here at the embassy, and I have your file here. It says that your spouse, Shaniqua, wants to sponsor you to come to the United States. Do you still want to go to the United States?
Yes, please.
Why did you marry Shaniqua?
The network, I did not hear it.
That's okay. Why did you marry your spouse? Why did you marry Shaniqua?
Hello.
He's walking around now, Shaniqua.
He's trying to get a signal.
Yeah. Isaka, can you hear us? What's his main language, Shaniqua?
Hello?
Tree.
Isaka, can you hear me?
Oh, God.
Can you hear us? I don't know.
Can you hear him? He can't hear.
So I'll just tell you real quick. It's okay. It's the same what I said. You know, you still want to come. How'd you meet Shaniqua? Why do you love her? Why do you want to come to the United States? Have either been married before? Are either of you currently legally married? Shaniqua, were you born in the United States?
Mm-hmm.
How did you two meet?
On Facebook.
And then when did you go over there?
In October 2020. October 2020.
And how long did USCIS have your I-130?
How long did they have it?
Mm-hmm.
They approved it in like 5 months.
Okay, and then so you've been at the National Visa Center and then documented, qualified, and now the interview's in 2 weeks.
Yes, sir.
And I'm sorry, did you say neither of you been married before?
Yes, sir. Neither of us have been married.
Yeah, and is there much of an age gap?
No, we're about the same age.
So he's probably going to need to know like what he likes about you, what are the things you have in common, what's he going to do when he comes to the United States? Is anybody paying him to come, or did he pay anyone to come? Has he ever applied for a visa before?
No.
Never?
Oh, it's up Dubai visa, just
but
for
never
tourists.
to the United States?
No.
Okay. Has he ever been in the United States?
No.
Yeah, I think he'll be okay.
Should be okay.
Just make sure he can explain why he loves you and why he wants to come to America.
I would hope he can explain.
Yeah, he's got to get that right. So maybe you can watch this with him and play it for him and tell him, I'm sorry he couldn't hear us.
Yeah, I'll send him the link after.
Okay. Bye, Shaniqua.
Bye. Thank you.
All right. That was fun. We haven't done that before. We should probably do that more often. Have spouses on here and practice for the interviews. I would love to do that. I would do that for green card interviews for sure. All right. Well, that'll do it for today's show. Yeah, Shaniqua does look like a sweet person. I agree. She looks like she'd be a fun person to have as a client. And we're happy for them both that their interview's coming up. All right. That'll do it for today's show. Tomorrow's show, I assume, is at 3 p.m. Central. Very nice. That's good. Then I can take Nora to softball practice. That'll be episode number 265. If you're not on our texting list, go ahead and text the word show to 314-470-3300, 314-470-3300, and you will get notified whenever we're about to go live, and that'll be tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you mañana.